I mean, the big games on Sunday, isn't it? Liverpool and Arsenal from Anfield. I'm not sure if that's where you want to start or you'd rather go somewhere else because these mid-table teams are catching your eye, but really that's the feature fixture of the weekend. Liverpool somehow coming away with a 3-2 win at the death at Newcastle, which I say somehow tongue in cheek. They were up a man. Anthony Gordon was sent off in the first half for Newcastle, but Liverpool had a really tough time against Newcastle. Although the 3 points are all that matters to Arnie Slot in that team. And Arsenal smashed Leeds United. It was one of my favorite plays. Arsenal to win to nil last weekend. It came through with flying colors. The game was over, let's be honest, after what, half an hour, 40 minutes. And Arsenal looked much more the accomplished outfit that we saw last season, but dealing with some injuries. Liverpool had some absences at right back as well. Frimpong, Bradley probably still not good to go this weekend. Arsenal, Saka, Odegaard, two marquee absences heading to this weekend as well. I believe they're dealing with a hamstring and a groin potentially, respectively. So looking at these markets, Liverpool at home shouldn't surprise anyone that they're the favorite, but based upon the way that they played out of gate this season, it's encouraging me to play the other side of this. How are you looking at this game?
Exactly the same, yeah. I think there's definitely too short Liverpool in terms of the price. Plus 116 for the home win. I wouldn't be going anywhere near that personally. I think
No.
we've seen enough in the two games that they've played against Bournemouth and Newcastle that there's just so many problems there defensively, and I think they just come from them being too attacking and too attack minded. They don't seem to have the same balance as they had last year in terms of that midfield three with Soboslai and McAllister and Gravenberch, and obviously Soboslai's filling in at right back at the moment. So um, yeah,
I was so weird. You called it too. I was like, Shobaslai's really going to play right back?
yeah,
And it's causing problem. There's a knock-on effect as Herkes down the left-hand side. He can't defend his own shadow right now. It's been tough to watch.
yeah. And like you said, the game on Monday was alarming really because they were 2-0 up with 10 men and kind of against 10 men and kind of cruising. And they just got run over by the 10 men of Newcastle in terms of they just got out muscled, out physical, outran. And they were very fortunate to come away with 3 points. And anywhere near that level of performance here, and you have to fancy Arsenal to win, even though they do have some missing players. And I think if I was to pick, I would be picking Arsenal on the handicap. But I think just plumping for the draw is is worth a small bet at plus 255. I mean, there's two ways you can look at it. Like it's a great opportunity to make a mark, and make a real stamp early on in the season to beat a title rival, or both happy with the draw and decide things later down the line. And yeah, I think the way in which Arteta will set them up is going to be defensive. We know that he's going to set up there. He's going to play. He's probably going to bring Marino into midfield with Rice and Zubimendi,
Yeah.
and he's probably going to play Eze off the left and Madueke off the right, and really try and be compact.
Pretty good. Pretty
It's
good.
pretty good. It is, but at the same time, they'll not take as many risks as what we would like them to against what is a vulnerable Liverpool defence. So, yeah, I could definitely see this being a draw, and I think it's worthwhile pointing out that Arsenal are actually unbeaten against Liverpool the last 6 head-to-heads, including the last 4 trips to Anfield. So it's a place they've been going and getting results, and all 4 of those last meetings have been draws. So I think plus 255, just draw on the nose, is worth a small bet.
Okay. Two separate plays. One I'm making as an official play for at least a unit. I'll confirm a little bit later on in this podcast. But Arsenal on the Asian handicap at 0. So essentially a draw, no bet at plus 153. That number's come down over the last 12 hours from plus 160 because Arsenal can win this outright. It wouldn't surprise, but you have that draw and you get your stake back if they end up drawing the match. And at plus 153, that's a big old number for me getting on the team that I think is the better side, even despite those losses. Um, with Liverpool, just defensively, they're a mess. Head to head, these two sides, you mentioned Arsenal in the string of games against Liverpool. They drew 2-2 twice last season, which may come into my second bet. But they scored Liverpool scored 7 goals on 2.98 expected goals, courtesy of Understat. And they're the 4th highest expected goals against thus far with 3.54. I need to remind you, they played Bournemouth at home and a 10-man Newcastle side and still giving up plenty of chances. That is worrying. Arsenal coming off the 5-0, 2 from 2, 6 goals scored, none conceded, the second best in XG. And I just think that you're getting on the right side here. So that'll be my one play. I wouldn't discourage anyone. The Arsenal team total of plus 184. That's a huge number considering how weak this Liverpool side is defensively. Set pieces could be big as well. No team better in the Premier League than Arsenal as well. So at plus 184 to score twice. Bournemouth did it. Newcastle did it with 10 men. Why can't Arsenal go to Anfield and do the exact same thing?
Yeah, that's definitely would be my second play as well. I mean, if you look at the odds on Pinnacle, basically suggesting that Liverpool are going to score twice because they're borderline favourites to score 2 goals in that team total market. And if you think Arsenal are going to avoid defeat at least, they've got to score twice then. So plus 184 looks pretty big. And like you said, it's something they managed last year twice when Liverpool were in a much better space defensively. So I just think the Eze X factor could be the key here because he's had a lot of fun playing against Liverpool recently for Crystal Palace. So I won't be at all surprised if he plays off the left if he absolutely terrorises Soboslai or whoever else might be standing in at right back.
Well, with time and space, Eze's just what a signing. It just reaffirms my commitment at the start of the season that's saying that Arsenal's a favorite to win the Premier League, and I've seen no reason to change that prognostication. That's my only official game that I'm touching from an official bet perspective in the Premier League this weekend. But I'm curious what else is on your radar. I also have a few others to mention, but what else are you looking at, Jake?
Yeah, there's quite a few, but just picking up on that point quickly, you mentioned about Arsenal being favourites, your favourites. They are now the favourites on Pinnacle to win the title, plus 175. So the punters have clearly seen enough in terms of Liverpool's defensive issues. Obviously, City getting beaten, showing some cracks as well. They've moved into favouritism early on, which is quite eye-catching.
Window
really.
closes next week. I mean, Arsenal, their business has to be just about done. We'll see if Isak ends up landing in Liverpool, how that might affect the market. Does Chelsea go back in? I mean, they look a really, really good side as well. So we'll see what it looks like. But for now, I mean, I would hold off on betting Arsenal to see what the transfer window has in store, just in terms of a futures play. And I'd hold off just to see how this weekend plays out as well. I mean, what did you say? It's plus 177?
Plus 175,
if they do beat Liverpool this weekend, there might be a small reaction, but I let it play out. I still don't think that you're getting value there, but rightfully, the shortest odds to win the Premier League.